Hey, what is up everyone? Kieran here bringing you another video, and this time we're going to be talking about the basics of gearing up in Black Desert Online. This video is going to talk about the general idea of how to gear, as well as the different facets in which you can customize gear, and a little bit of enchanting. Let's go ahead and hop right in. The first thing to note about gear in Black Desert is that all gear actually has no level requirement. It is also not soul-bound, so in the future if you ever decide to switch gear sets or anything like that, you can actually sell your previous gear. Gear gives you different stats ranging from health, WP, which is the stat used to roll or block or things along those lines, or just raw damage output. Typically speaking, there are about 5 different sets within Black Desert. However, it is a general consensus that everyone typically goes with Grunil to begin with. Grunil is an exceptional set because once you equip all 4 pieces, you get a whopping 7 AP as well as 150 health. It is also one of the higher sitting DP or defense power armor sets. Furthermore, in each piece of Grunil, there's actually 2 crystal slots. This allows you to truly customize your character, as well as change up the gear if you ever want to give it to any alts or anything like that. Moving forward, we'll be talking about your weapon. Weapons have a large variety as well, much like armor. You have ones that have more accuracy, ones that have more base damage, ones that have more damage against specific units. Typically speaking, whenever starting out, people recommend getting a Yuria Weapon. Yuria has increased damage to humanoids, which is a majority of the mobs that you'll be fighting, as well as one of the higher AP and accuracy baselines. Obtaining your full set of Grunil as well as your Yuria Weapon will probably cost somewhere towards 1.5 to 1.75 million silver. To afford this, be on the lookout for any special events that may be going on or free different loot packages that they may be giving you. Black Desert is pretty generous to a lot of the newer players coming in. Before jumping into crystals which help you customize your gear, let's talk about the general stats of Black Desert. Whenever you open up your character profile, you'll notice that there are, in the bottom left, 5 different options. You're going to see movement speed, critical strike, and attack speed. A thing to note, attack speed in Black Desert Online shortens the duration of each animation that you have, so it quickens the actual animation. Each 3 of those respective stats can also only level up to a max level of 5. So when putting in crystals and customizing your character, try to maximize the stats as best you can. Another stat of note is luck. Luck once again caps out at level 5 as well. This increases your chance at getting rare drops within the game. Typically speaking, I recommend trying to find a way to go about getting +3 at least luck. Typically, whenever I'm actually farming, I definitely find a way to get +5 luck, whether that be through the innerwear on the cash shop, having a pet which actually gives plus luck, or putting luck crystals in your helm or offhand. Other stats of note, of course, are going to be your HP, health points, as well as WP and MP. These you actually use for casting abilities. There's also stamina. Stamina a lot of the time is utilized for blocking, dodging, sprinting, etc. Moving forward, let's talk about crystals. Crystals in Black Desert let you truly customize your playstyle, whether it be by increasing attack speed, increasing casting speed, having higher critical strike chance, or having more resources to actually evade mobs. There are certain crystals that are available to each respective armor slot. There are different crystals available to gloves than there are to armor sets. Typically speaking, in gloves, there are 3 major options that you want to look at. You have the option of attack speed, which will increase your animation for every attack that you do, or any animation you do. Raw AP, or attack power, this is going to be a raw damage output increase, or crit chance, or casting speed if you're a caster. In boots, it's most common for people to socket pure movement speed inside of them. With 2 +2 movement speed crystals, that'll sit you at +4 movement speed. Movement speeds are always essential, whether it just be moving around to your next location or evading different mob attacks. As for chest pieces, there's a very large variety in terms of what crystals you can put inside. There are options that allow you to have increased HP regen. There are options to have increased WP or the evasion/roll stat regen. There are ones that give raw HP, and there are options that reduce damage. Typically speaking, I recommend going with a raw HP or possibly if you're playing a very mobile class such as a ninja, kunoichi, tamer, etc., having the WP increase recovery actually is very useful. Helmets, on the other hand, actually have a fairly limited amount of options for them. Typically speaking, I go with the HP recovery / health, maximum health option. However, casters out there is an actually +2 casting speed option for their helm slot. The helm is also the slot that I actually like to put a +1 luck gray crystal into, just because it gives you that little oomph in terms of drop rate. Next up is going to be your offhand. With the offhand, there's one core one that I'd recommend to every class. That would be the critical strike damage. However, sometimes it's hard to find on the marketplace and it is a little expensive for a newer player. So if you can't seem to find that, I'd recommend going for the back attack damage crystal. That would probably be the second best option. Last but not least is going to be your weapon. Weapons have a large variety of crystal options as well. Typically speaking, what I like to go for is maximizing my attack speed. After putting 2 +2 attack speed crystals in my gloves, I opt for the +1 attack speed, +1 crit strike crystal. If you've managed to cap out your attack or casting speed beforehand, or if you feel like you don't necessarily need any more, I would opt for the option of going for a pure AP crystal otherwise. The last step to gearing up in Black Desert is of course Enchanting. Enchanting in Black Desert allows you to get your weapon or armor from ranging +1 to +15, and then pre, duo, tri, tet, or pen. Furthering your armor is definitely the best way to go about increasing DP and AP. With this in mind, whenever you are beginning enchanting in the game, you talk to your Black Spirit, go under enhancements, and then under that option you can apply your armor or your weapon into the little slot. It will then ask you for respective armor or weapon blackstones. You get these from different mobs or off the marketplace. A couple things to note. With armor, you can get it up to +5 without a chance of failing. With a weapon, you can get it up to +7 without failing. If you decide to opt for the option of actually enchanting all of your gear yourself, anytime you happen to fail an enchantment after +7 or +5 on armor, then it will actually reduce the maximum durability. You can then recover this max durability at a blacksmith by sacrificing the same item to it. However, most players recommend, if you happen to get to +7 or +5 on armor and you start getting into your level 50s, they recommend just going about saving up enough silver to buy pry or +16 of that gear straight off of the marketplace. In the future, I will be making another guide specifically regarding enchanting and how to go about personally doing it, as well as different tips and tricks. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching my beginner gearing tutorial whenever it comes to Black Desert Online. Hopefully you all learned a couple of things, and this is applicable for if you're a new player or if you're looking to gear up alts and you're just wanting to learn a little bit of information. If you happen to have any questions or anything like that, feel free to post down in the comments down below. Another thing to note, please follow me on Twitter @Kilrian, because anytime I start to stream or if I upload a YouTube video, it does automatically get sent up there. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you all had a good time, and yeah, peace.